Did you ever wondered why porn was considered a good thing if you look up online? Did you ever ask yourself, how can porn affect my mental health? If I search it for online, it is described as good. You may not even know that right now porn is harmful to you. Let me introduce you to how your porn addiction affects your mental health. But first, who am I? My name is Wesley, and my mission is to help young men, especially young entrepreneurs, with their porn addiction. These are my type of videos, and if that sounds good to you, make sure you subscribe. Also, if your mental and physical health is a priority for you right now, you might want to check out the first link down below. It's my school community, where I will help you by a coaching one-on-one, me and you, go through your porn addiction so you no longer have this addiction. If that interests you, click the first link down below. I only accept 10 clients, so hurry up before the places gets taken. Now, let's dive into the video. The first mental health problem is depression. When you're masturbating, so you're fapping to porn, a lot of the times, if it's not all the time, you have a lot of shame because you just fap to a random naked girl online. You have guilt, you're feeling guilty of it because you're fapping to a naked girl online, you're looking at another dude fucking the girl that you want to fuck. And you have this feeling of helplessness because you can't get out of it. You're trying your hardest, but you can't figure out the way to get free from your porn addiction. And these three elements especially can deepen the depressive symptoms that you're feeling. Also, when you're fapping a lot and you have this addiction, a lot of the times you're replacing your good activities, which may be like to go to the park, to go play basketball maybe with your friends, to go and watch a movie at the cinema. All these cool activities which are good dopamine for you are sooner or later replaced with your fapping activities. And because these activities were bringing you joy and fulfillment, now that they're replaced with this bad addiction, this bad habit, it's worsening your depression again, because now you're feeling like you're not doing anything with your life. You're just constantly at home and fapping and straight back at your room doing like probably what you want. But you get my point. You don't go out anymore. You don't go out with your friends. Don't go do nothing. And you don't have the one thing to do anything anyway because you don't have the energy anymore. You're pretty much just staying home and maybe relaxing, sleeping a lot. So this is really linked up with depression. If you're still in that porn addiction, you may know that right now you're kind of hiding it, right? You're either in incognito mode or some private browsers so that nobody can see that you're fapping, because you already know that it's a bad thing inside of you. You know that it's bad because you're hiding it from everyone. You're doing it not in front of everyone because you know that it's bad. So you're doing it maybe in the toilet, maybe in your room when it's dark and you know that everyone is sleeping, or you're waiting that, for example, everyone leaves the house, so your mother goes to work, your father goes to work, and your sisters maybe go to school, and you have a free day, and that's the moment that you're going to do it, right? You wait so that everyone is away and nobody can see you before doing it, because you know that it's wrong doing it. And so the secrecy and fear of being discovered can lead to chronic stress and anxiety. That's what the perfect sentence that I found when I did some research when I was trying to quit. And this fear of being discovered is really what's causing you anxiety. That's the second mental health problem. It makes you really a good amount of anxiety because you have the fear of being discovered. And I found another sentence, which is that additionally, the neurological changes caused by addiction can alter stress responses systems, making individuals more prone to anxiety disorders. Basically, what that means is that your brain receives so much dopamine that now he has difficulties managing your stress. And because of that, you're more prone to stressful situations, and that it affects you a lot more than people that, for example, don't fap. So, for example, if there's a stressful situation, you're kind of at hold up, for example, and you have a gun pointed to your brain. So, maybe not the best example for you too, but let's say that's the situation. People that fap a lot may tend to be really stressed and start like, I don't remember what's but they're being more stressed. And for example, someone that don't fap, they're just kind of observing the situation, and yes, it might be a stressful situation, but they're not going to overreact. They're just going to stay a lot calmer than other people and analyze a lot more the situation, and they may find a way of getting out the situation more easily than people that are fapping. Now, a problem that is common with a lot of the social media thing, and is also linked to porn, which is the self-esteem and the self-esteem issue that there is. When you're on Instagram, for example, and maybe you're a girl, right? They're comparing themselves with some models on Instagram. So they want to all be like as fit as them and be as muscular as them and as beautiful as them, for example. And guys, we a lot of time compare ourselves with, for example, gym bodybuilders and people that go a lot to the gym, and we want to have these muscles and everything. And so doing that makes you have a less self-esteem, because you're comparing yourself with people that are living their best life, for example. Because nobody is going to take a picture when they're in their worst state. Everyone will take a picture when they're like well dressed and in a plane, a luxury plane, for example. So you're not seeing their everyday life, you're seeing their best moment. And comparing your everyday life with the best moment of someone else is really bad for your self-esteem. And the same thing applies to porn. In porn, you never see a low, fragile guy fucking like a beautiful woman. If there's a beautiful woman, it's always a jack dude, super muscular with the big dick and everything. And so, by always watching these type of videos, if it's not conscious, then it's unconscious, but you're comparing yourself with them. And by the time passes, you kind of see that, oh, I'm not that muscular. I'm not that guy. I'm not having this super big dick. If you don't have it, if you have it, it's it's another thing. But like most men don't have the big dick, right? So you're kind of starting to compare yourself with these super porn star and everything, and that's what will really cause you to have big self-esteem issue, because porn really sets the unrealistic portrayals, and when you try to compare yourself with these people, it's where self-esteem issues come in. If you observe your life right now, you may realize that you're kind of lonely. Maybe you have like 2-3 friends and you're still at school, so that I'm not talking really to this type of person, but if you're no longer at school and you don't have a work because you're kind of on the entrepreneur side of your journey right now, you might find that you're kind of lonely and you have this feeling of loneliness that creeps in. And if you're fapping because you have this porn addiction, it doesn't help you getting out of this feeling of loneliness, because when you're fapping a lot, you may see that you start to replace activities with fapping time. So for example, you have to go and play hockey right now, but instead with your friends, for example. So it's not like a practice. It's just like for fun. You go out with friends. Maybe you go out to go and eat at a restaurant, for example. But you're going to say to the, for example, group chat that, hey, right now I'm not able to make it. I have things to do and everything. But what are these things to do? Most of the time, it is to go and fuck. When I talk with people, a lot of the time I hear this because I kind of dig in the situation, and I always find that they always do this, like at least once in their life. They have an activity that is planned with friends, and they say, "Oh, I can no longer come in," and what they do, they go and fuck. So you start to replace these activities that you have to go and do with fapping. So that kind of separates you from the gang, from the group. And that makes you more alone. And by doing it a lot, you're not going out anymore. So you're not talking really and going out with your friends. You're not making new friends. And you have, because of all the problems I just listed, the depression, anxiety, self-esteem issue, you're not, like, you're able, but you don't want to go and talk to other new people. You don't necessarily have the one thing to go and make new friends. You're kind of satisfied with the friends that you have right now and your situation right now. And that makes you continue to fuck. And isolation is not just for friends. As I said, you're kind of satisfied with your friend circle right now, but it's in your love life also. If you can fap every day to a random naked girl online, what's the point of going out and trying to find a girl to make a family with her? I guess you can't make a family online because that would be really fucked up. But like, porn makes you sexually satisfied, and that doesn't give you the one thing to go out and approach girls to go out with and maybe make a relationship with them and later in life create a family. Because sexually right now you're satisfied with your porn addiction, and this plays in your brain a trick that makes you think that right now you don't need to go and find a girl, and later in life you can go and find a girl. And the point that I want to mention is that finding a girl is not like so important that if you don't, you are going to die. But your point in life should be to at least try and make like at least one baby. Because if not, what's the point of you being a guy? Like, when you're a guy, you should at least try to leave a print of yourself on the world. If you think about caveman and like the time before this time, the previous times, caveman and everything, your instinct was survivability. Survivability means to reproduce. So your first goal should be to at least reproduce once in your life so that there is a baby, and when you're dying, your lifeline continues. Finally, it has a big impact on your cognitive function. Your brain health is really impacted by your porn addiction because the constant stimulation and reward cycle can alter brain pathways. That's something I found when I was doing research. I kind of go through my sources and find back what I wanted to tell. And the fact that it's affecting your brain pathways, it's affecting your concentration, your memory, and your decision-making abilities. So right now you might be trying to make a business. What is your chances that your business is going to be successful? If your concentration is not at your peak, your top, your memory, you're having difficulties with your memory, and your decision-making is not at its top best, you're going to make worse decisions. You're going to have less good memory because you're going to have difficulties remembering things, and these might be important things that you have to accomplish right now. It might be tasks, it might be things to do in your business, it might be to hire this type of person, or you listened to a curse online, maybe even to this video, and you forget everything that I said or everything that someone else said, then what's the point of watching this video? So it impacts your memory and your concentration. You have a lot more difficulties watching a whole video without having kind of distraction and everything. And so you're not focusing 100% on the video. You're maybe watching this video right now and being on your phone on the side. Maybe you're watching another video at the same time. So you're not 100% concentrated on the video. You're not taking notes. Maybe you're not 100% having focus on this video. And that's the point. Porn makes you less able to do all these three things. Because you're having so much dopamine and it hijacks your brain into thinking that today you already did so much that now you have to relax. And this kind of state that you have to relax and you don't have like low energy to no energy at all is kind of your everyday life now. You're waking up and you're already tired because you're already at this slow state. Because every day, like let's say for your brain right now, he thinks that every day you're fucking the girl of your dream and making babies with her. And as I said, that's your main goal in life when you're thinking about survivability. It's to reproduce at least once. I said at least once. You're doing it maybe every day for the past like 2-3 years. So think about it. More than 1,000 times you reproduced with a girl and you hijack your brain into thinking that you fuck this girl of your dream every day for the last 1,000 days. How tired is your brain right now? Think about it. That's something I was thinking about it like random when I was walking outside. And I was like, yo, wow. I think when I think about myself, I've been addicted 5 years. I didn't make the calculation, but fast as that, I think it's 1,500 days. And 5 years is less than a lot of people I know because I talked to them. Someone that was addicted for 15 years, which is 3 times more than me. And he's not special. A lot of people are in that state, like 10, 15, some people 20, and some people their whole life because they never or couldn't get out of this, or they never learned that it was a bad thing. But let's take my example because I will talk for myself. 1,500 days of fucking the girl that I want, like the dream girl, and hijacking my brain into thinking that I did the biggest goal that she have to do in survivability. Like that's crazy. How low energy was I every day when I wake up, when I had to do things and I was procrastinating, I was delaying the task. Now that I'm free from this, I kind of understand why I was doing it. I was so tired. I could have slept for 11 hours and I wouldn't be like at high energy because every day I was kind of fucking the girl. So I was fapping in fact, but like you get the point. In your brain, he thinks that right now you're fucking, and the fact that he thinks that makes you so low energy that it's now in your everyday life, and you no longer have this top peak energy. You're always at this low state, and every time that you do it, it worsens. Like it's not like that, and it stays there. But every time you do it, it's like that, and after like that, and after like that, and that's your everyday life energy. And like that, like that, like that, and after like maybe 3 years, it's now like that. But your top peak that you could have is like here, and by doing it, you keep on worsening it, and at a point, it's going to be maybe there. So you're starting out your day. You just woke up and you're already feeling so tired and you're already have the feeling of going back to sleep. And that's coming all from porn. And that's what I'm trying to help everyone get free from. Because now that I'm free from it, I can see the real benefits, the real impact that it had in my life. And now that I'm free from it, I can see all the energy that I have right now. I feel like I could run maybe like a 10 kilometers. I never did run 10 kilometers in my life, but I feel like I could right now. I just woke up. It's been like 3 hours that I woke up, and I feel like I could go outside and just run because I have the energy to. I could play any sport for like 4 hours straight because first of all I like sport, and second of all I have the energy. When I play sport, I play badminton sometimes. When I go and play badminton, I see people that I play with after like maybe 20 minutes of running everywhere and hitting a lot of shuttle. They go and they're already tired, they're on the bench and just like drinking a lot of water and everything. And I'm already on the court waiting for the next person. I'm not taking breaks. I'm playing. When the game finishes, I'm staying on the court because I'm already waiting for the others that are tired and have to stay on the bench so that their legs can walk, can do things. So why I'm saying that is that I have so much energy. I can just stay on the court and like I feel like I could play 3 hours non-stop on the court. And I know that a lot of people don't have this type of energy. And yes, I'm young. I'm 20 right now. So yes, I'm pretty young, but I know that in comparison to a lot of the person in my age, because I'm no longer on this addiction to porn, and because I'm doing a lot of gym, I'm pushing myself to my limits and everything, I have so much energy and so much concentration. I'm working 4, 5, 6 hours non-stop on my projects, on my business, on the school community where I try to help you one-on-one. First link down below. And the impact that when I stopped finally fapping had in my life is so much greater, so much good. So that's why I'm really trying to make a difference by helping young entrepreneurs, especially, to quit this addiction. If this video really helped you, make sure to like. And on that, take care of yourself. Mwah.